Hey y'all, and welcome back to Confederate Shop's YouTube channel. So I am sitting here at Crossroads Country Store, ConfederateShop.com's actual physical location. And if you have watched any of my videos, you know that I've recorded here many times early on when I first started recording videos. So it's good to be back. I don't have anyone here or anything going on. It's kind of the end of the day, and I was packing orders from this past week's Black Powder Friday event. So I had some time and was thinking there was a book this weekend that I featured actually last weekend in the Black Powder Friday video. And it was a special one that actually didn't sell a whole lot. And I said, this book is phenomenal. I need to talk about it some more. And this book is The History of the Rebel Yell. If you're a fan of the Civil War, so-called Civil War, what we call the War Between the States, or the War of Northern Aggression, or the War for Southern Independence, then you have heard of the Rebel Yell, the infamous yell that Confederates would give when they were charging an enemy or when they were making some kind of attack or right before an attack. Historians have talked about how this would be a devastating psychological blow to the enemy. It would almost precipitate a victory for the Confederates because they filled their enemy with so much fear. There is much legend surrounding this infamous Rebel Yell. And this book here is going to talk all about that. And like I said, it is a page turner, but what makes it special is it goes a little deeper than just what was the Rebel Yell, what were its effects on the battlefield. No, it goes all the way back really to where everything started with the ancestors of the Confederates themselves. You know, the theory of maybe it coming from the immigrants from Europe, the Scotch-Irish immigrants, which, as you know, many of our Confederate ancestors were of Scotch-Irish descent. Much of the southern states were settled by the Scotch-Irish. So could it go back as far as then? Did they have some type of yell that they would give out on the battlefield? He also goes on to analyze the different variations, because one thing I didn't know before I read this book was that there were many variations of the Rebel Yell. And I even have my own Rebel Yell, which I am not going to do here on camera because I don't have enough adrenaline, but maybe if you come into the shop and you call me a name, maybe I'll do the Rebel Yell. That is not a challenge, by the way. Please, we do not like people coming in here and calling us names, even though we get that sometimes. Most of the time, actually all the time, I never give the Rebel Yell to those kind of people. We're always very polite and respectful. But back to the subject matter of this book, it's a phenomenal book. It's a really interesting read, and it's a fairly short read too. I mean, if you're like me, you can finish this in probably 1 day, 2 days, you know, not even that. It's a good book though. It's a very good book, and it's very well cited too, with a lot of historical references, a lot of interesting references. Get yourself a copy though this weekend. I'm going to have it on sale still. At a great price. I'm going to have it for $15, $14.99. You can't beat that price. And the publisher, I don't know if I mentioned, the publisher had actually decided to quit printing this book. So I bought everything they had. So I should have enough quantities to fill orders for this weekend. Also, if you had placed an order this last week for either peanuts or coffee and you're waiting on your order, I should have those products soon. It's definitely going to be in time for Christmas. As soon as those products arrive, we're running low on. I'm actually running low on coffee myself at my house, so I'm hoping this shipment of coffee comes like ASAP, so I can make sure my own shelf is stocked at home. But if you place an order for the coffee or the peanuts are great, by the way. I don't know if any of you viewers have gotten your orders and have tried them. They're phenomenal. The Virginia peanut is very different, in my opinion, than, say, like a Planters peanut. Like the Planters peanut is really small. These are bigger. They have much better taste, in my opinion. A little different flavor, I think, than other peanuts. But what makes it special, too, is that each order that I place with this company in Virginia that roasts and packs them, they roast them and pack them per my order. So when I order them, they're roasting them and packing them and sending to me, and then they're going to use. So these are super fresh, which is just another great plus to this product. So if you ordered that or you ordered coffee, you'll have it soon. I promise. I'm going to make sure it gets to you in time for Christmas. But yeah, get yourself a copy of The History of the Rebel Yell. And thank you all so much for supporting my work here at ConfedereShop.com and our shop, Crossroads Country Store. I hope you all have a wonderful day or evening. Bye.